The new building control regime has created huge change in the way that we work within the industry. Today, we're going to look into how building control professionals operate now and how you can work with us. It's key to understand that we are now registered building inspectors, or RBIs. We are no longer surveyors, project managers, officers, or similar, and our role has been clearly defined as regulatory. Gone are the days of building control arriving on site and telling you how to build and how to achieve compliance. This is now the role of those designing and carrying out the work, the duty holders. We have previously made a video covering the responsibilities of the duty holders, explaining the client, designers and contractors' roles and their responsibilities to demonstrate and achieve compliance. A link to that is in the description below. Building control is now a regulated profession. All RBIs that you come into contact with must now be listed on a public register which details their status and competence class. The process we've been through over the last 18 months has been a mammoth undertaking, and happily we're now out of the other side. The most prominent change from a client's perspective is that we cannot offer design advice. For us to advise how to achieve compliance and then approve the same work would result in a clear conflict of interest, or us marking our own work. This remit has been set out to us in a number of different documents. Underpinning everything we do is our code of conduct, a set of rules that we have to follow to ensure we can perform our role correctly and maintain our registration. The Industry Competence Committee guidance note, which shows us where they feel building control may overstep the mark into design. The Strategic Context for Regulatory Framework document, provided by the Building Safety Regulator. This clearly tells us building control should expect duty holders to proactively demonstrate how their project will comply with the building regulations. The Grenfell inquiry really digs into the root of the matter. The report found that many involved in major construction projects regarded building control primarily as a source of assistance and advice. It was even described as an extension of a design team. It also found that the building control industry had become muddled as to its role in the construction process, unsure if its job was to enable proposals to be approved rather than to enforce the building regulations rigorously. The report concluded that has to change. We know that we have clear rules to work within as RBIs, and our role and livelihood is very closely controlled by the terms of our registration. We need to consider how we can work effectively within a new regime. Design guidance is out of the window, but we can still have positive conversations with clients. If we're checking a plan, we will highlight an issue that we consider as non-compliant. In the past, we would have probably given you the answer, but now our response will differ. We will highlight the issue and let you know why it is a problem. It would then be down to the designer to resolve. An example may be an excessive fire escape travel distance indicated on a plan. We would highlight why this is an issue and possibly by how much. The client would then have a choice to justify what has been designed or alter a design to suit. Historically, we may have just told you where to move the door to make things work. When inspecting on site, for instance looking at foundations, building control should no longer arrive and instruct you to dig to a specific depth. This should be detailed by a designer and presented to us. We would, however, intervene if we did not consider the depth taken into account the ground conditions, nearby trees or drains. We will always tell you why something is not considered to be right and give you direction needed, but cannot be responsible for the design. The construction industry needs to be able to work with us as much as we want to work closely with you. To achieve this, the key considerations that we feel are needed are a clear understanding of what building control is here to do, assess compliance, and a clear commitment from industry to submit confident, compliant designs. These are designs that you're confident are correct and aren't just being submitted for building control to complete for you. You wouldn't submit something for planning that you are not confident would be approved and contain the necessary drawings. Building control submissions should be approached in the same way. Take fire exit signage for example. In the past we may have detailed the layout for you. Now you should submit what you are confident is right. We will assess this and comment. The same applies for WC calculations. There are some misconceptions around building control which we feel need to be addressed. 1. Nothing has changed. Things have changed, and you should no longer expect us to offer design solutions. However, misconception number 2. Building control are no longer helpful. We are still here and we will still have positive conversations with you, explaining why something is non-compliant and referring you to relevant sources of guidance. 3. Where is the value in building control now? Our regulatory role is to verify that you have fulfilled your responsibilities as a duty holder, meaning that your project can receive a completion certificate. We are part of a process that ensures the safety of people in and around buildings. The role of building control is now primarily focused on regulatory compliance based on inspections and enforcement. They are no longer involved with design. In order to avoid costly delays and confusion, it is of vital importance that all duty holders understand that a registered building inspector is not there to give design advice or to accept deviations from regulatory guidance without clear justification. However, we're not here to block construction, and we will not object to something if you can demonstrate how it complies. Please subscribe to our channel and newsletter for more regs updates and get in touch if you have any questions about this topic. Thanks for watching.